Dirty talk indeed can make your sex life more thrilling, but the pity is that you have a strong aversion to dirty talk or you don't get the hang of the techniques. Actually, a lot of women also kept their mouths firmly closed when having an intimate time with their partners, but gradually they felt that they can become very comfortable with listening and saying those dirty phrases. One thing is for sure, dirty talk is not as bad as you thought, and you may also become no longer reluctant to it in the near future. Before you start to talk dirty to your guy again, you may read the tips below. 1. Start to build up to your dirty talk. Whether your guy loves dirty talk or not now, you are supposed to begin building up to your future dirty talk. And the first thing you should do is to fully consider his personality. You need to mull over related questions, as many as possible, such as how comfortable your guy is while you are touching him, whether he is relatively open or conservative in general, and what is his reaction when you blurt out sexual slang words, curse words or swear words. More specifically, if you know well what he hates when you swear, you can save a lot of embarrassment at the moment. Another thing you should not ignore is to touch him often. Most couples can become touchy when staying in their bedrooms, but hardly touch after they go out their bedrooms. Ask yourself how much you physically touch your guy outside of your bedroom. Actually, you are never short of chances of touching him. For example, you could hold his hands when both of you are out and about, you could sneak in a hug on the way to the supermarket, you could slap his butt while he is walking by you, or you could rest your hands on his knees to talk or ask some questions. Before you walk up to him to talk dirty, you are advised to practice talking dirty in the mirror. Make sure to talk without giggling. It is also normal to feel a little silly in the beginning, but over time you will feel more and more comfortable with it too. Speak out your mind when both of you feel in the mood. During sex, a lot of naughty things naturally cross your mind, but like many women, you may not voice your ideas and opinions at that point. If you miss that, you can hardly find a better opportunity to talk dirty. So remember to tell him your dirty thoughts in time when you are doing dirty things with him. For example, you can let him know how aroused you were feeling and what you wanted him to do to you. In response, your guy will probably also tell you what he thought, which will help improve each other's performance in bed. Knowing things that each other enjoys in bed helps keep your relationship alive and fresh. Speaking your mind at the moment of climax is not just simply about dirty talk, and it also helps improve the sex life and brings two parties closer. 3. Indulge in your role play. Have you ever been impressed by some hot love-making scenes in movies? Such as one-night stand scenarios. In these scenes, usually the heroine will tell the hero how to do to her and what she will do to him. People just let ONS, one-night stands, go as if they had never known each other. They do not need to feel nothing embarrassed, and they just need to indulge their passion for sex. Under these hot scenes, sex happen faster and a lot more passions get involved. Roleplay really works on setting in motion the sex fantasy. With its help, you may feel more comfortable with the entire process of dirty talk. You must have seen or experienced many hot sex scenes, whether in movies or real life, and there may also be some scenarios which can arouse both of you. Surely, you could have a variety of erotic role-play ideas, such as talking like you just met him in a club, and having sex with your idol. But whatever you plan to role-play, you should make sure to indulge in the fantasy, or whisper what you will do to him. Dirty talk always has a magic power that can instantly arouse a man's eagerness and excitement. The content above focuses on dirty talk during sex, but don't think it is just suitable to say dirty to him at that special time. Surely, you can also talk dirty to him before sex. Before sex, you do not need to talk in a forceful way all the time. Instead, you are supposed to add a real feminine touch. For example, you can lean over, kiss him on the cheek, and whisper sweet words in his ear. In this way, those sweet words, for example, "I want you," will probably sound like dirty words for him. 5. Vocalize your pleasure. Talking dirty does not mean you have to speak all the time. Being vocal can also be a massive turn-on. For example, You can moan while you are having sex with him. If he feels you enjoy it, he will enjoy it too. If you keep totally silent, he will hardly understand whether you enjoy it or what you think, which makes him underperform and overthink. You can try to massage your man's ego a bit, but don't moan too loudly and ridiculously, because your exaggeration may put him off. Sex on the contrary. Generally, your moan and gasp can become a kind of positive affirmation to him, and it enhances his confidence in being a real man. Therefore, he will be bound to perform well in bed after they feel confident. 6. Pay attention to how you say. Many times, whether you can turn on a guy does not depend on what you say, but it depends on how you say. Whatever dirty things that you have in your mind, the effect will be better if you can breathlessly whisper them into his ear. Only in case you are confident of what you say and your manner of speaking, dirty talk will become dirty talk. Your voice and body language can suggest you get ready for making love. Whatever you say, don't act super cute or giggle when you are saying, otherwise it will become more of a matter of laughs and jokes. To be more persuasive, you may also nibble on his earlobes gently and between words when you are whispering dirty words into his ear. This can act upon him like a charm, just like you hoped he would. You may expect him to bring more pleasure to you. 7. Avoid trash talk. It has been mentioned that you should be open to talking what you want to say, but meanwhile, you should be aware what should not be said. This is also equally important. Avoid trash talk unless both of you like it specially. In addition to trash words, you should also try to avoid unnecessary vocals, actions during sex. Some ridiculous plots in adult movies rarely happen to the real life, so you are not supposed to follow those scripts to play. Actually, doing so will just become a big turn-off for him. If you are screaming with pleasure or using strange facial expressions during sex, he is very likely to realize that you are just faking. And this will damage his ego because he may misunderstand that you are doing so to hide that you are unsatisfied with the sex life. A gentle gasp or moan is enough to tell him that he is pleasuring you. Thank you for watching. You may click the link below to go on watching for more dirty talk tips.